Hey guys, it's Nedra. So for a while now, I've had a bunch of ideas for nail arts and designs that I've wanted to do, but I've also wanted to try and do ones that were more intricate and out of my comfort zone. And then I thought to myself, why don't I make a series out of it? So this video is episode 1 of what I'm calling Can I Nail Art It? I know that's not a great name, but that's the best I could come up with. For this first episode, I decided to paint the logo of my dad's favorite band, which is called Rush. I don't want to keep you guys in the intro for any longer than I already have, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, as you guys saw in the intro, this is Rush's logo, but also this. This logo represents men against the masses, if anyone is wondering. Now, I'm obviously not going to try and paint a tiny naked man on my nail, so we're just going to paint the circle and the star, which they do use in their 2112 album. At least I think they use it in that album. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, Dad. Anyway, here's what my game plan was. So each one of these letters are going on each one of my 4 fingers, so pointer, middle, ring, and pinky. And then this is going on my thumb. So the first thing I started off with was painting 3 coats of black on all of the nails. I then went in with top coat because I wanted to make sure I had a smooth base for when I did the actual nail art. And then I'm going to paint everything in white because I want my red to pop against the black. So I first started off with the thumb because I knew that doing the circle and the star was going to be extremely difficult. Because here's the thing, I can't draw a star normally on a piece of paper, let alone on a nail. So you're going to see me struggling a lot to do this. And I have no idea if you can even tell, but this clip was actually sped up to like 250. And yet it still looks like I'm going extremely slow because that is how slow I was going.
Yeah.
I ended up just fixing and finishing the circle off camera because I couldn't bother to try to do it on camera. And then I tried to do the star on camera, which didn't work out because I can't paint and film at the same time. I mean, I can. You guys have seen me do it. But when it comes to doing a star, I can't do it. So I ended up just wiping this off and just painting it off camera because I could not do it on camera for the life of me.
No.
And this is the part where you can see that I hated this and just ended up wiping it off and doing it off camera. Now this doesn't look bad, but I wanted it to actually look like the logo, so I tried to fix it and it still didn't look great. So I just redid the whole thing and made it smaller because I made it way too big the first time. So after struggling with the star and absolutely losing my mind, I moved on to the letters. Now you're probably thinking that I started off with the R, but I actually ended up starting off with the H, and here's why. I have very tiny pinkies, and I wanted everything to be relatively proportionate and the same size. And I knew if I started off with the R, which would be on my pointer finger, that wasn't going to happen, so I played it safe and I started backwards. So I started off by painting the letter just normally as kind of like a general outline for the design, I guess. And then I went in and added all the little fun extra details and whatnot. And then I just cleaned them up off camera. And I repeated that process for all of the nails. So while you guys watch me struggle to stay in frame while doing this, I'm going to give you guys some history about Rush. Rush started making music in 1968, but didn't release their first album until 1974, which they called Rush. The band originally consisted of Geddy Lee, who was the lead singer, but also the bassist and pianist, Alex Lifeson, who is the guitarist, and then John Rutsey, who was the drummer. However, in 1974, John Rutsey left Rush, and soon after, Neil Peart took his place as the drummer, but also became the primary lyricist for Rush, and Rush continued on with just Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and Neil Peart. With just those 3 guys, they came out with 19 additional studio recordings, 8 live albums, and 6 compilations. From 1974 to 1976, they were doing a lot of opening tours for Kiss, Aerosmith, and other hard rock bands. But I believe they actually started doing kind of their own tours in either 1975 or 1976. It's not really clear from the research that I was doing, but they did have their last tour in 2015 to celebrate their 40th anniversary of Rush. These guys were also in their 60s in 2015, so they really couldn't continue touring anymore, and also because of Neil Peart's physical condition, they had to just put touring to a close. Now, all of them physically couldn't continue touring. They all had their reasons physically for why they just couldn't continue the tour. You know, they were getting older and they couldn't do what they were able to do when they were younger. But I mentioned Neil Peart specifically because he was dealing with a very aggressive brain cancer, which he ended up passing away from in 2020. On that depressing note, Rush is considered progressive rock. Don't ask me what that is because I don't really know. I'm sorry, Dad. But if you're into that kind of music, I would recommend checking them out if you haven't heard of them. They make really dope music, and the stuff that they do is actually pretty crazy. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now so that you guys can watch me struggle to paint letters. Now that everything is painted and I am happy with how it looks, I'm going to fill it all in with red so that it looks exactly like the logo. I believe I did 2 or 3 coats of this red. I don't really remember, but I want to say it was either 2 or 3. Now you're probably wondering why I wanted to do this, and I honestly just thought it would be fun and challenging to do. And I also just wanted to see if I could do it, because I have never really painted letters on nails before. I think I've tried in the past and I could never do it, so I wanted to see if I could many years later. I also apparently wanted to drive myself insane by trying to draw a circle and a star on a nail, but I did it anyway. Here are how the nails look after all of the coats, and now it's time to finish off with the top coat. I then put the nails on, and here is the final result. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of this little series. If you have any recommendations of other nail arts or designs that you want me to try and do, let me know and I will definitely try to see if I can do them. But if you like this video, consider hitting that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you guys get notified as new videos that I upload. If it even works, and if it doesn't work, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, where I'll not update you guys as new videos that I upload, but that's also where I share my work that you guys normally wouldn't see here in these videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!